Hi, we're Joel Lia, and today we're reacting to the Amish community in the USA.
Pennsylvania Dutch is a language that the Amish people speak. It's our first language, and all the Amish people speak that. It's kind of a dialect of German. All the younger children.
I thought she was about to go into it.
Some of the children in some communities barely even know how to speak English until they go to school.
Wow.
My parents were always aware of the fact that the English language is a language that we're going to have to know and be fluent in, so they spoke English around me as well so that I can understand strangers.
Go into some then.
Come on.
But it's a language that we use when we're at home or when we're in church or just being with other Amish people. All the Amish people do know the Pennsylvania Dutch. There's some states have a very different accent and they'll use different words, but we can still understand each other.
Why is she wearing a maid's cap?
People say
Because that's what they wear.
frock and some people say rock. That's the name for dress.
Right.
It just kind of depends on where you're from, but people understand each other even from different states.
Right, okay.
So let's try and find someone talking it.
Do you know, I don't actually know anything really about Amish people. Are they traditionalists? Is that the vibe?
Basically, yeah, they're like, oh my gosh, I love Amish people so much, and I've really wanted, I used to watch loads of Amish programs when I was younger,
Yeah.
and like them sending British teenagers to live with the Amish for a bit.
Yeah.
And basically they live, very simple lives. The most extreme ones won't have any electricity.
Right.
And like all the women will wear things like that, just like dresses that come up to here, down to here, like showing no flesh whatsoever.
So this
and they'll
would
wear
not
the
be
hats.
acceptable?
That would not be acceptable at all, because you're being...
Am I a slut?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And the men like have to grow their facial hair,
Yeah.
and they wear like hats, and they like just wear shirts. You're not allowed to wear bright colours either.
Is Amish a religion or a choice?
It's attached to religion, so if you
Okay.
are Amish, I think it maybe is like a branch of Christianity, but it's Christianity to the extreme.
Right.
Where like they won't listen to like traditional music.
No.
Like the only music they'll listen to is like if they're singing on their guitars and stuff.
Sweet.
So in a way, it's like going back to basics, and I really like the sound of it. It's a very simple life.
Well, let's see. What's the population then of like? How many Amish people are there out there? And are there any in the UK?
I don't think there are. How many Amish are there? Let's Google this. 200,000.
There are
That's
around
crazy.
200,000 Amish who live in the US states, and where's that?
20 US states and Ontario, so in Canada.
Okay.
With the largest communities in Ohio, Pennsylvania, and Indiana. I knew about Pennsylvania. I didn't know they were anywhere else.
So someone's emailed saying, can you and Joel react to Pennsylvania Dutch Amish? And that's what we're trying to find so that we can just react to this, and also short fly pie, schnitz, and their lifestyle in general.
Oh.
Do any Amish people, are they allowed to subscribe to us?
No, well, it depends if they're like relaxed Amish or if they're like severe Amish. And then there's another one called Mennonites, and I can't really remember what they are. But
Right,
there's
somewhere in between, maybe.
somewhere in between. And like loads of traditional Amish people will not allow cameras in their community. So the ones that you do see on TV are ones that are open to that. So they're maybe not quite as traditional as the really, because they're very private people.
Would you go?
Yeah, 100%. I'd love to go.
Yeah.
I'd love for us to go and have a reality TV show of us like living with the Amish for a week and seeing if we could survive.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah, and they get a thing called Rumspringer. When they're 18, kids get to go on Rumspringer, which is basically like freedom to do whatever you want and live however you want, just for a little bit to experience real life. And then at the end of Rumspringer, you come back and you have to be Amish again.
Or do you come back and you're presented with a choice, like, do you want to be this, or do you want to carry on with Amish?
But if you do choose to leave,
Yeah.
you can't speak to your family ever again. Like, they excommunicate you.
What a dramatic life!
I know, so dramatic.
Oh my gosh, I would love to follow an Amish vlogger.
Yeah, yeah, same.
That's what we go on YouTube for, isn't it? Like, we want to see other people's lives. We want to see what it's like to experience life in other people's shoes.
Yeah.
And do Amish people wear shoes?
Yeah, I think they do, but maybe not.
I don't know.
We don't know. There aren't many videos to react to, you know.
Maybe there's just not that much footage of them out there.
Well, yeah, they don't want to be on camera.
Who are the Amish?
Let's watch this.
Okay.
The United States of America is filled with endless diversity. People of all colors, religions, ethnicities, and cultures come together in one giant landmass. And the center of this diversity is the Amish, a group of people who follow a traditional Christian church derived from Swiss Germany. What's up, guys? We are here in Lancaster County, Pennsylvania, which is the center of the Amish. The Amish people live here, and I'm here to tell you guys a story about them, but unfortunately, I cannot show their faces up close because they don't want to be filmed, so I'm going to respect them, I'm going to respect their religion, I'm going to interview other people who know about Amish, and I'm really excited to show you guys how they live and teach you about this really fascinating culture that lives inside of America. In the US, about 15% of the 300,000 Amish settlers live right here in Lancaster County, Pennsylvania. And they are known primarily for three things: simple living, plain dressing, and avoidance of modern technology.
They don't connect to our electricity. It doesn't mean they can't generate their own with solar or wind power or even a diesel generator for business. They don't drive automobiles. If they have a business that requires a truck.
Because it was only yesterday that Joel and I were talking about the fact that everything is now traceable. We were saying about how Apple Watches and just any smartwatch is all like now connected to insurance plans and connected to how, you know what I mean, all these things, all this data, they're just off the grid. There's no one tracking them on their contactless debit card.
Oh, they wouldn't be wearing a Fitbit, no.
What are their jobs?
They just work the land.
Right.
Or they sell things, so they like sell hay, or they'll sell fruit and vegetables, or they'll sell food, or like the men might go out and build barns for farmers and things like that. But that's it.
So it's like labour and like living off the land.
And the women are literally supposed to stay at home. They're very traditional, like women stay at home and cook and clean, and that's what the daughters learn to do.
Right.
And the men go out and do like manual labour, and that's what the boys learn to do.
There's no little Amish kids out there discovering TikTok or doing dances in the kitchen, and I think that's great, but also I just wish they had the choice.
Yeah, it is.
I'm not saying all kids should be on TikTok. I'm just saying, you know, the kids that I see now, they all love TikTok.
They love it. They love learning little dances,
like, you know, Renegade. Which one's Renegade?
I have no idea.
You know, the booty thing, like all of that. Like this. I
can't imagine an Amish person doing a booty thing. That would be like no.
That would be a no-no.
Yeah, because it's promiscuous. What's it called?
Promiscuous.
Provocative.
Provocative.
That's it. Yeah.
So like they're just here with their like wheelbarrows and stuff, and like I'm just wondering, do they make all this clothing?
Yeah, they make it all.
Where's the shop for that clothing?
Well, I even saw on this Amish program where like kids, like British kids, went to live with them. One of them was just wearing a red hoodie, and they were like, "You need to take that off. Like that's too garish." It's like they think it's egotistical. They're like, "You're only wearing that bright colour to get attention, and us as Amish people, we don't want attention, and we just want things like that." But
they stand out to all of us. We're making this video about them because they stand out like a sore thumb.
I know.
I just find that interesting.
But it is interesting to be like, am I wearing this outfit of my own vanity? Probably, of course, because we all do. We all want to look nice and presentable.
I chose this white top today so I could stand out. I chose this neckline so I could stand out.
Yeah, you got your arms out so you could stand out. Right,
wow.
Let's keep going.
Keep going.
Or riding lawnmowers, they can certainly lease a truck, but they would have to have a non-Amish to drive the truck.
The Amish migrated to Pennsylvania in the early 18th century and are still living an identical life to centuries ago. They get around by horses. They are prohibited to use smartphones, TVs, and cars. Their language today is a dialect of German called Pennsylvania Deutsch.
It's a dialect from the Swiss German that they brought with them, plus about 300 years of words that got made up and some English words mixed into it.
Higher education is generally discouraged as it could lead to social segregation and the unraveling of the community.
Yeah, and how many kids does a typical family have?
Right now the average is right around 8.5 in Lancaster County. That's the information we were given this spring.
8.5 kids, so that's a lot of money to keep them up. I'm assuming they're mostly farmers?
No, they're mostly not farmers. Only about 30% are in farming. The rest are in trades like home building, roofing contracting, barn building, shop owners.
They have their own school.
Yeah, apparently you can go there and buy like Amish produce. So like they will allow you to go into their shops and buy like their jam and their... Actually there was a place in Florida I went...
stuff to the wider community. To get some cash into their community.
Because I've been into a shop in Florida where the furniture was all Amish furniture, like wooden carved benches.
Did you fancy any of it? No, it's fine.
Well, no, because I'm not in America and I couldn't have brought it home with me on the flight.
Would you have got a little stool?
Maybe, but Yeah, it didn't really tickle my fancy really, because I'm not a homeowner yet.
They value a rural life, manual labor, and living under God's word. And if they fail to comply, they are shunned.
Now they've got a very high percentage of the kids staying Amish, in that
95 to 100%.
100%, it's probably above 95% staying Amish.
The Amish are very private people who avoid as much contact with strangers and the outside world as possible for important religious and cultural reasons. It's really cool to see this kind of people living inside the USA, because America's modernizing so quickly, and we're so crazy about getting new technologies and living the most urbanized life as possible. And then you have people like the Amish who are just doing the complete opposite and enjoying life debatably more than we do.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Experience, and I hope you guys learn a thing or two.
Well, that's the thing. They probably do enjoy life more than us. Think about the amount of stress that we put ourselves under, and it's related to modern life.
We're like, we've got to do all these uploads, we've got to do this, we've got to start working on our digital product, then we need to do that, and then we've got 4 channels.
I've gained too much weight.
You've gained weight. Well, you haven't, but I'm like, you've gained weight, I've put on a bit. Like, all of this, we wouldn't know existed if we just didn't care for it.
Yeah.
You wouldn't know how many steps you've done if you didn't have a smart.
No, if I didn't have this, and I wouldn't beat myself up for not doing 15,000 steps a day if I didn't have this.
I normally do like 10 steps a day.
You need to do more, hun.
Do I? Or do I just need to be Amish?
Just be Amish.
Do you know what I mean? Like, okay, I take back my thing earlier about TikTok, because they don't know any different.
No.
They don't
and they're
have
having
the
fun.
option. And then someone in their like community will say, do you want to go off and do like room springer? And then they might just go, actually, I really like my life.
Yeah.
If 95 to 100% are staying, that's got to be a good success rate, hasn't it?
That is a good sign. It is
a good conversion rate.
I would love to live. I've always said I would love to be Amish for a week.
For a week.
For a week, like a holiday. I'd love to be able to like ditch my phone, ditch my laptop, ditch clothes, just wear like plain clothes. Just imagine waking up and going, yeah, I'm wearing that thing again.
A lot of people do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's to do with like not having a choice.
Yeah, and it's just so nice. And you wouldn't worry, be like, oh, I've gained a bit of weight. So you're like, well, who cares? Because I'm not vain. Because I don't care about what other people see. I'm not taking photos of myself.
They probably don't have pickies of themselves, do they?
Probably not.
Wow. That's a lot to take in. It's amazing that they have their life the way they do, and let's just hope it carries on.
I hope it does. And if any production companies are watching this video and would like to send us to Pennsylvania to live with the Amish for a week or a month, then we're up for it.
We'll do 7 days, Joel.
Okay, 7 days. Well, guys, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed it, please click subscribe and the like button and the notification bell if you want alerts when we post videos. We post videos every single week. Don't forget second channels, links in descriptions and on screen now. Go check out our British channel. British channel called Those Two Brits. It's all about tourism in the UK. It's very different to this one, but it's equally as fun. In the times we live in now, guys, everyone's having a staycation in the UK, so let's just go and check out that content. Yeah, and we'll see you soon. Next one. Bye.